Tonight's episode is brought to you by Good Rugby Distillery. Hard to pronounce, easy to drink. Find out more at goodredigby.com.
Just give the average Joe an insight of what's it like playing at this level.
Friday night's always been a personal favourite of mine. You've got the long weekend. Everyone's just wanting that release, that stimulation, just to watch a macabre sport of gladiatorial confrontation. And you feed off that as athletes. Like, you love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
It's just me and Nathan. Those sounds you can hear are Nathan eating his chicken pad see ew. If you hear any sounds from me, it's me eating my surprise duck salad.
We're branching out. We're like, sure, there's no video. You're gonna have to trust us, but we're doing a little mukbang rugby talk here. We're trying new things. We're new people after the result in the weekend. New people, new confidence. We can do anything these days. We can beat anyone. We can do anything. Yeah,
I've got a big poster of Will Skelton on my wall, just to inspire me every day. It's actually above my bed.
I was going to say, if it's life size, it must be big.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about the tour, what we learned, and what Nathan learned about himself, and about managing someone. That person being Nick Wasiliev. Nick isn't here. He was on the Talking Teams podcast last week. And obviously he doesn't live near us.
Nah.
And I think also his wife missed him, so he's hanging out.
Damn, that's crazy coming from you.
Yeah. Well, whipped. Get out of here. Nathan Williamson bringing up bullshit. Yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's crack on. No one cares about us. Saying that, Nathan, how are you?
Good. I mean, sort of at that period where you're coming off, it's been 6 weeks straight of travelling and following it around, which again, I make it sound like it's tough. Again, amazing experience, something that's just so special. But it all does just hit you like a Mack truck afterwards. So you have a couple of days just to sort of get over it and sort of get back to normality for a little bit before I jump on a plane to the UK for the World Cup. So I'm going to sound like even more like a sport prick here, but again.
So on his high horse.
On my high horse, just what I do. Freaking fly miles. That's what I build. It made no sense, but I don't care. But no, it was like 6 weeks. Amazing experience. It's one of those tours that really felt like it ramped up for the last 2 weeks with that whole First Nations and what happened the second test. You've heard my rant and my opinion on that, so I won't go into that again. But look at Chris. So it culminated last Saturday with an unbelievable game, and this is something I've been thinking about. Maybe a 22-12 win probably doesn't tell you how dominant the Wallabies were throughout this game. Like, it take away our usual nervousness when it comes to watching Wallabies games. They were in control. I think this is the best win since, I think, South Africa and Adelaide in 21? Well, that game in the Adelaide Oval where
Korobetti came across and Faf brutalised Nick White.
Disgusting hit on Nick White. The John Farnham of rugby gets taken out. I think that was our best performance since then. That was an amazing game of wet weather footy. I couldn't tell you a bad player, and it just sort of gave. It ended the tour with Australians thinking that we could do anything. We're realistically, I've seen so many takes that we're now like, oh, we can go beat South Africa in South Africa, which is mental. Because 2 weeks ago we were thinking, people were saying, the Lions might not tour to Australia again, they're uncompetitive. It's incredible the turnaround that's happened over the past 2 weeks to get us to this point. And that all sort of came off the back of that unbelievable win on Saturday, which, again, you're in the crowd for.
Yeah, I was in the crowd for this one. Crazy old match. It's kind of funny being in the crowd, and I was sitting in row 16, so we actually got evacuated. We had to get evacuated when the lightning strikes came. And it's just kind of funny sitting so close and then hearing about everyone who was on TV or was in good seats, like you, Nathan, in the Royal Box.
That's crazy.
Think of the game. And it was so funny to me that Will Skelton was so huge from row 16, both in terms of size and actually impact on the game.
What a man. I'm so glad that he's now coming to us too, with South Africa as well, because that team's just been named in the last couple of hours while we're recording as well. So that's a huge bonus. But yeah, look, it's so funny watching like the normal rugby structures. Like you run like a pod of 2 people and then a pod of 3. He just runs by himself and he's just like makes game line, and you're like, all right, cool. Then I was just sort of screaming in the box like skeleton pod, and just kept going.
I think the funniest thing watching the game back is that he does a lot of just flopping on rucks, and then because he's so tall, he just extends the ruck another meter. Like that's how the game line came from.
It's just him just moving his body forward. God, I think we've sort of underrated how big of a development Will Skelton's had in Europe, because I don't think he's really produced it in a Wallabies jersey. The past 2 weeks has just been some of his best games, and
well, he was in the World Cup and then he got injured in the first game or something, right?
Yeah, did a calf.
So he also has had bad luck.
Yeah, very bad luck when it comes to that sort of stuff, and just obviously him being French connected with the club, like there's only certain windows where you can actually release players like Skelton, so that hasn't helped us in the past. But luckily, Rugby Championship is one of those windows, so we got him for South Africa. So it's good.
Yeah,
good times.
I guess do we want to move into that? So Ronan O'Gara said, who is his coach in France? And if you haven't seen the clip of Ronan O'Gara speaking in French, give him the 10 gold in Irish
so
French. Good. It's great.
What's the quote?
C'est opportunity. Les opportunités, c'est fucking enormous.
Like fucking enormous.
But he said he's the best signing, and Jonathan Drennan in a piece texted him and asked him if Skelton would come back. So like usually he'd have to go back to French pre-season.
About to start pre-season now.
But he's coming. So I guess Ronan O'Gara said to Jonathan Drennan, "No, yeah, I'll let him play."
Well, like, it's not a case of him letting him play. It's a case of Rule 9 regulation says that you have to release players for this window this window or the Six Nations, depending on where you sit in the fanfare. And I believe that the 3 weeks of the end of year internationals. The rest of it is up to the club's discretion. So they don't really have a choice, but a lot of it was just, again, the welfare of the player. If you're Will Skelton and you've got to do 6 more tests of a rugby championship and then a week or 2 later you're going straight into top 14, like, that sucks.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if he just plays South Africa and then maybe goes back for Argentina and New Zealand. I don't know. Because that's, again, why. It's also partly why you bring Salka Lotto into the squad, who was, again, maybe I'm sort of put an article out. It might be out by the time you listen to this part of the guys that raise their stocks the most over the Lions tour. I think Salka Lotto is number 1. And I'll make that argument if you want to read it. Because, like, I think with Salka Lotto, a lot of hindsight is doing a lot of heavy lifting with the criticism around, why wasn't he picked? Firstly, Jeremy Williams has been amazing for the Wallabies and was in that third test. Like, he got 3 turnovers in 6 or 7 minutes.
I've been trying to find a clip
of all of them
of that, because it happened right near me.
Yeah.
But I was pretty drunk by the end of the game, so I forgot everything. But it was, I do remember that. Anyway,
but like,
as an aside,
Salka Lotto dealt with a lot of injuries this year.
Yeah.
Like 2 separate ones that kept him out for a considerable period. And like, Cannon was good against the Lions. So you kind of go, alright, let's go with the guy that's fitter. The joy of Salka Lotto is, he's that type of player that if you snub him, he comes out and just absolutely brains it. And that's what happened with AUNZ and First Nations Pacifica. 2 amazing performances, and sure enough, he's been rewarded with it with a call-up back into the Wallaby setup. So, I think my point about Skelton was, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to France for the Argentina test and maybe the Bledisloe, and Salka Lotto fills that role as a bruiser. Because I think that's actually one of the biggest things out of this Lions tour that's maybe not been talked about enough, is it feels like we have an identity now.
Yeah.
Like, it is a team that's just not going to take a backward step, willing to, if you're going to try and push them around, they are just going to stand up for themselves and fight.
It feels like a bit of a movie script, like the typical sport movie script, except that the kind of bruising physicality of the last test should have been the second test.
Yeah.
To go, we found who I are, and then, last one they win. Unfortunately, not. But Yeah, we do have one a bit, don't we? That's the first time the Wallabies in a while have been on the front foot and looked on the front foot and wanted to be on the front foot.
And actually seemed to dominate the collision battle constantly, which is remarkable to say when you don't have Rob Valentini. Like, by far has just been that guy that everyone's just gone, alright, we need some meters, Rob, run.
Yeah.
He needs to get Rob run.
Yeah.
And just asked him to do it 12 to 15 times.
Yeah. But I mean, just going the Luke Hand thing, he was... it has kind of annoyed me, the talk. Like, yes, I agree, he should be in the squad. But A, they're laser focused on the 3 Lions tours.
Yeah.
B, he was injured for a lot of the season.
Yeah.
C, he also played very well in otherwise quite poor performances, like team performances. Like Reds kind of dropped off, FNP, which makes him look better.
FNP was good, AU and Z. He was the best in an AU and Z team that got beat by 50.
That was a sore thumb kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in a good way. But not to say he shouldn't get picked. I was so annoying, people going, where is he, where is he? I'm like, and plus, right, talking about bruisers, you can't just have a team of bruisers. Like, Jeremy Williams is there for his line-out.
Yeah, and his mobility around the park was great at the end there. Like, the amount of people in that third, it annoyed me before that third test. It was like, oh, Salkalotto should play. It's like, have you heard an announcement that he is in the squad?
Yeah.
Yes or no? No? Then why are you saying he's going to get picked? Like, sometimes simple literacy goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's like Aiden Ross gets brought in. It's like when Harry Potter did the Hammer, they're like, Aiden Ross is in. It's like, cool, alright, so that's your only change to the squad. Then, like, on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm reading comments. Oh, Salkalotto, surely this is the time he gets picked. Sorry, did you read that he was in the squad? No? Then why do you think he's going to be in the squad? It's like, just, guys, use your brain sometimes.
Yeah.
But, like, again, getting back to this South Africa squad, again, just reward for him getting in.
Should we start from the top with the South Africa squad?
What top?
Who's in?
Who's in? Big names.
Who's out?
Well, big names in. There's a lot of injuries. So
There are a lot of injuries.
we'll go through. I do have an ins and out list. So
Almost like a humorously long injury list.
I mean, to be fair, you're playing 3 tough tests in a row. This is bound to happen. So, but
Yeah.
we'll start with the ins. Tane Edmund,
Oh, yeah.
one for the NPC fake, comes in. Ryan Lonergan was always supposed to come in, but probably not in this regard. Like, LSL, already mentioned. Pangra Mosa,
Yeah.
I thought he was good off the bench.
So he's another one. Can we just talk there? Like, a lot of people are like, where's BPA in the squad? He's just not that great at the line. He's great. He's almost like a third prop in terms of what he's good at.
Yeah.
Carrying, scrummaging, but can't throw to save his life.
His throwing's not the strong point, but
Yeah. Whereas our boy Preki,
our boy-
retire in peace,
Retire.
RIP.
I feel bad for him because he had so many injuries and he's such a good dude. But there is something nice that he will actually go out with people actually knowing that, oh wait, he was an actual weapon.
Yeah.
It was like, how good was he in that second test?
Yeah. It's
Like-
amazing.
He solidified everything. We had one jumper roll going in Nick Frost. It was like, Nick Frost is getting the ball here.
Yeah.
They didn't steal one.
Yeah.
Because, like, the way they made that line work, amazing. Billy Pollard, who's a great hooker coming through the system, great mobile, scrummages very well. First line out, lost. And you're like, alright, where's Dave?
Yeah, he did
will-
these first.
I think
Couple lineouts?
first
line
line.
out?
I mean, in the wet, fair, but again, Billy Pollard also amazing. It's great.
Anyway, continuing on.
What I will say is on Dave, like, he's the type of guy that I reckon will become like he would do a Phil Wall or a Justin Harrison and become like Rupert CEO and no one bats an eyelid.
Yeah,
He's so
right.
smart. Other people in Aiden Ross came in, as I said, came in for the final test. Just again, a bit more versatility.
How does he qualify for Australia?
He's born in Gosford.
And then went straight to NZ?
Went straight to NZ. Played for New Zealand in the July series in 22. So 3 years expires. He's now eligible for us.
How many caps?
1.
Right.
I think it's 1 or 2. I think
So,
it's
should he be next in line to be prop? He's a bit old, right? be.
I don't think he's that old for a prop. Like, I mean, Loose had
That,
side.
like James Slipper's like 74 or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. We currently have James Slipper, who is, I think actually
frame.
with his Zimmer frame carving up lines.
Yeah. He's got. I didn't want to be rude, but his beard is awful.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? It looks like he, plays for like outlaw country band.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
But he carves people up, and that's what you want. So he's 36.
He does carve.
So Slipper is 36. Ross is 29.
Yeah, right.
At least 4 or 5 years. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Josh Fluke comes into the squad. He's one of those people that's just been in around the group the entire time. Also part of a Reds crew that's going to go potentially play in Italy for a couple of months.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a cool.
Have we talked about that?
I'm not sure we have.
Okay, we can talk about it later. I think it's really cool. Let's talk about it.
And the last one is Josh Nasser, who was actually Josh Nasser. Speaking of third props, he played 20s as a prop, and he essentially has always seemed like in Schmidt's mind as the next man up.
So on the team sheet you got a list who can play tight head, loose head. Can you list a hooker?
Yeah, I think Ellis Genge was listed as a hooker.
Really?
As like can play hooker, yeah.
But can you list the hooker as playing loose head or tight head?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure you can. So that's your ins. Your outs, Tom Liner, concussion from the third test. How they missed that is beyond me.
Yeah. How did Mario Toji get knocked out?
No idea. I think that was an innocuous incident. But, yeah, I think so. Someone would have to look back and try and see. Jake Gordon, still dealing with the hamstring injury. And this is something I think we've said for a while, is Jake Gordon just hasn't been fit this entire time. Like, he's been... Well, it's one of those things, you notice him walk around and he's limping a little bit and which makes his performance...
Saying ow a lot.
Borrowing James Slipper's Zimmer frame, but like, he was, again, which makes first and second test so remarkable because he was so good. So he's still dealing with the hamstring injury that he tweaked the Thursday before the third test. Canham, unfortunately, misses out because how good Salcarlotto was for ANZ.
Well, if you can can him.
Preki and Fezler both went down on that Thursday session as well. Fezler, I can't remember. I think it's a... Trying to think if it's a knee or a leg. He just sort of tweaks something. I can't remember what off the top of my head. So both those guys out. Dungunu is actually not injury related. He's working in the birth of his child, so I'll stay behind. So we'll send our best to the Dungunu family for that. Alatoa did his shoulder, looking to be back for the Rugby Championship, but has to wait on scans. And then,
What do you mean, looking to be back for Argentina?
Argentina or New Zealand. One of those two.
Okay.
And then Potter, hamstring. Sniper got him second test, and which sucks for him because, like, yeah, he had a rough first test in Brisbane, but I rate him. I think he's a good player, but just Dylan. It was one of those things you sort of miss that opportunity, then the next guy comes in Dylan Peach, and he had a blinder.
Yeah.
So it's like
He did.
you feel for Potter because all of a sudden that could be his spot now. Go on.
I feel so vindicated about Peach.
Yeah.
So Jared, who we had on pods a couple times ago, I was like, the Waratahs got him his Peach. And it's, whatever. But why? And I'd say, because, Peach, he works hard. He hustles, right? He's got great work rate.
Yeah.
And he's not the flashiest kind of winger, especially in Australia. We want a dude kind of like Jorgensen. He's the archetypal winger. But Peach just brings something else, which is the fact that he played sevens and he's like kind of flanker, winger mix.
The Eddie Jones hybrid.
Yeah, the Eddie Jones player, right? And like that hit he put on Keenan.
I think it was Keenan. I can't remember.
And really stopped that whole momentum
Yeah.
that they're going for because the hit was so good.
It's like rattled the stadium and you're like, oh, okay, we're on here.
And the fact also too that the try he scored, where he reached back behind him, caught the ball in the wet, came down, and I love him, man. And he hits rucks all the time.
Yeah. It's just the ultimate, like, him and Jorgo together are just such a perfect combination.
Yeah.
Because Jorgo's as an underrated worker as well. But he's just got that, like, special X factor. Like, that he just will sense a big moment and just create something out of nothing.
His decision making's elite.
Yeah. For a 20-year-old. I think he's I would have to do my research. I dead set reckon if you look at 20-year-old Australian sports stars, he might be one of the best out there, if not the best. I couldn't tell you any other right now. He's definitely. I checked with Rugby League. He's definitely the best rugby player across both codes. But he's just so good.
What about that soccer player who was playing for Bayern Munich?
Oh, yeah, Kunde.
Nestori Kunde.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I'm trying to.
Good question.
It's a very good question. One for research later. I don't know.
Maybe that dude who got drafted by the MLB. Anyway, good question, Nathan. That's a very brave take.
Brave take. Brave take. I'll stand by.
And then also, other guys didn't mention who were injured. I saw on your list. One was Noah, of course.
Yeah,
still out.
He'll be out for a couple of months.
Luke Reimer was also there.
No idea what happened there. I think he injured himself playing club rugby.
That's unfortunate. That's annoying. And a couple of others, probably. But, yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to talk about with this South African squad. The game is in how many weeks?
It is... Well, it's 9 days away.
9 days away. Jesus.
It's such a quick turnaround. And that's the thing. I think people will get their hopes up after this and think that we should go and at least grab one game from South Africa. We should have no expectations whatsoever.
Yeah, if we grabbed one game, that would be pretty great.
That would be... We steal and run.
Because we're playing 2 games. We're playing in Cape Town and Joburg.
Yeah. Like, this is South Africa's side. They've been rested for like a month and a half. Like, they played Italy and Georgia. Not exactly tough opponents. We've come off a brutal Lions tour, and it gets harder. So I probably expect, like, there to be a hangover period from this, where there's only so much longer you can keep the sort of standards up. And 2 weeks between a Lions tour and taking on the world number 1 defending World Cup champions in South Africa, that will be our finest win. If we can if we as in the Wallabies go out and beat South Africa in South Africa next week, it might be our best win in a decade, 2 decades.
Yeah,
I'm keeping the hot takes because just the magnitude of it all.
What about beating the All Blacks in Sydney when Nick White scored that try?
But 2015 was it?
Yeah.
Perth.
Well, decade. There you go, decade. Oh yeah, the Perth game.
Perth game. But they had a red card, so you have that excuse.
Yeah. It was Scott Barrett, wasn't it?
Yeah, Scott Barrett got red carded. So there'll always be like you wouldn't have done it.
That was the last game before this game. The win in Perth against the All Blacks, where you kind of go, these boys are capable of anything.
Yeah.
But of course, it was on the Michael Checker juice, which is
only lasts for so long.
Yeah. It's like a little boost you buy in one of those mobile games. But yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be hard having second, third choice props.
Yeah, because
Fourth choice come off the bench.
Taniela Tupou's still in doubt with an injury, so that's going to leave tight head rough. It could leave a combination of Tom Robinson and Zane Nongor going up against the Springboks, which rough. Good players, but like that's
not Ox level.
No. Then you've got Ben Donaldson, who realistically is probably your third choice 10 behind Noah and Tom Liner. Nick White potentially starts at 9.
Oh yeah, so Nick White. So there's the storyline. Being John Farnham.
John Farnham just keeps going. That's crazy.
So there's getting shanghaied, which is you get pulled into servitude at ports. You get kidnapped. So now there's John Farnham. You get pulled out of retirement.
And does this count as retirement? If you don't miss a game, does that count?
Well, yeah, you got to stop.
Yeah, so he hasn't stopped. So he hasn't. So this shouldn't count as retirement.
Oh yeah, but you've got the cup off and everything. I don't know.
True. I know it's a weird feeling when you everyone's read the story of Jake Gordon's done his hamstring, so Nick White might go to South Africa.
Yeah.
And you rock up to the captain's run 12 hours later, and all the players are there wearing fake mustaches. And it's like, we all know he's going to South Africa here. We all read the same thing. We believe Christie. We like bizarre, but I don't know. He's part, but he is part of that identity though. That identity of just absolute shit stirrers.
Yeah.
Who aren't going to take backward steps. So he probably starts.
Yeah, and you said so. Ryan Lonergan was always going to get the call up.
I mean, the thought was Ryan Lonergan was always going to call up to replace Nick White.
Yeah.
Now he's all of a sudden replacing. Well, if it was up to me, like White was great in that test, but I don't know. If you're building for the future, Ryan Lonergan deserves a shot. He's been around this camp for so long without a game.
A lot of people have been calling for him to play.
Yeah.
And I remember, I watched him the last game I saw him play. I was really impressed with him. Him, Billy Pollard, and Valentini. So it kind of turns out you can tell it. But a lot of people are saying, what about Teddy Wilson?
See, I wouldn't mind that looking for the future. Like, if you look for the future and you're looking essentially build towards 2027, Teddy's a good shout. But, it's Ryan's time.
Yeah.
Right, like, I wouldn't have mind if you went, like a halves of Tate McDermott at the start, Ryan Lonergan on the bench, and Teddy just there as your third player for a bit of experience, but I can understand why it's a lot easier just to tell Nick White, hey, can you just wait like a couple of weeks?
You mentioned Tate. Tate mentioned, that's Andrew
Yeah.
Handyside. He sometimes comes on our podcast. He loves saying Tate. He loves saying Tate mentioned whenever we're talking about Tate in the group chat.
Yeah.
He is getting to be 5 out of 5 world class scrum half. And the funny thing is he doesn't always look it, but he comes out, like he's not like Aaron Smith, who always played a blinder, right? I mean, that is the definition of world class. He's always playing a blinder. But because sometimes he plays for the Reds, and he's like, because he's so Tate, right? Like he's so always looking up, always trying to
do something.
Yeah, he's playing like a winger, basically.
Yeah.
Also played really well as a winger in the second game.
Amazing as a winner.
But I mean, like that try he scored. I mean, how did he score that?
That's the underrated strength he has. Like everyone thinks he's just like pace, but he's straight through to the
he's
forwards.
like a mole. He's like a little mole rat. He can bloody shake off gets tackled by forwards and somehow gets his ball carrying arm out.
Freakish.
He is a freak.
Problem is, again, I still think this doesn't help his case. He almost has to be worse as a player to start. Because he's so good as a finisher.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
So it's like, well, why would you change that?
At Green and Gold Rugby, we love nothing more than celebrate a great Aussie success story. And Good Digby Distillery is one of the most exciting ones around. They're shaking things up, literally, by maturing their spirits in Aussie hardwood cubes instead of old school barrels. With infused flavours of ironbark, jarrah, even Tasmanian blackwood, that's about as uniquely Aussie as it gets. Not into malt? No worries. They've got a whole range, from Australian gins to grey gum vodka and even blackwood rum. No matter what you taste, there's something for everyone. Just head to goodredigby.com to place your order. And here's a special offer for Green and Gold Rugby fans. Use code GAGR20 at checkout for 20% off, or click the link in the episode description. Good Digby. That's good, dig, B. Hard to pronounce, real easy to drink. And remember, drink responsibly.
Like it's a threat. It's like, oh shit, Tate comes on.
Yeah.
And it's. I always think there's a scene in The Simpsons where they're making fun of robot wars, and to impress Bart, Homer has constructed his little robot, but he's inside the robot the whole time, and he's riding on a little tricycle and he's wielding a little hammer, and then they're playing Dr. Frink. They're fighting Dr. Frink's robot, which is an actual robot, like one kind of from
proper BattleBots.
Yeah. And then Homer goes, "We've done research on him." Or Bart goes, "We've done research on him." And then they look up and they can see him.
It's like on the back of the
they're
robot.
welding the back plate or something, and they go, the weakness is now their strength. And I kind of feel when Tate comes on, it's a bit like, they're coming off. It's like, shit, they've just got better.
They just got better on that.
In the worst way possible. But and there's nothing wrong. Like I think now with rugby as it is, being a finisher is almost becoming a secondary trait.
Yeah.
Like I can totally see in the future, your big boppers, you have your skeletons on, and then your subs are all way more mobile. And it's a bit like rugby league, where it all breaks open in the last quarter.
I mean, it comes to the idea of the bum squad and embracing that idea that the game is 80 minutes, so what we shouldn't look at instead of 16 to 23 people as their reserves or their replacements.
Yeah.
Like, they are actually... Tatey's a legit finisher.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to finish that game.
Yeah.
Like, that's the future, and that's how we have to accept it.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's good. It's a good future to accept.
Good problem to have.
Do you have anything else from the store? Obviously, like, no props. Hookers are down to third choice. Fessler started the first game, Precky.
Yeah.
And then who? And then we got Billy Pollard.
Yeah.
As our third. So Billy would probably be starting. Which is so funny, right? That you had Slipper and Alautoa starting, and then you're starting a hooker from another club.
And all of a sudden...
And then they head in, and Billy gets a shot to start, and both of them are injured. So yeah, look... Yeah, I'm with you, man.
I think don't have expectations. Accept whatever happens will just happen. This South African team is very good. The reason we're other world champions. We're kind of at that area where I think we think we're better than what we actually are because we beat the Lions. And I've had this opinion about the Lions. Like,
well, not only did we beat them, we won 4 out of 6 halves.
Yeah, won 4 out of 6 halves, lost by a point on aggregate.
Yeah.
I just personally don't think the Lions were that good to begin with.
If the Lions went to South Africa, they'll lose 3-0.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure about New Zealand. Maybe they'll take one off New Zealand, but...
Probably not. Like, my opinion on the Lions has always been... well, when everyone's like, oh, it's a challenge, and like... it's a challenge, and I can't believe you sort of... Well, they went through 2 undefeated, and that makes it a Grass Lions challenge. I look at it and go, shouldn't they win all these games?
Yeah.
Like, it's the best of 4 teams.
Yeah.
Like, part of this whole thing is, like, I don't think the Lions would be as successful and still be as successful if the entire UK rugby wasn't so average when it comes to big events. Like, so, they've got one World Cup in 11 or 12 attempts.
Yeah.
If they had 3 or 4, like, I don't think the Lions is that big of a deal. It's the fact that they are so bad in big tournaments as a collective that all of a sudden you have to look up the Lions as, oh, this is the way they can be competitive. And even still, they were average. They were averaging against the worst side. Like, Argentina ranked 5th or 6th in the world, maybe. And Lions
and
played.
We're missing a lot of their players.
So Lions played 4 tests, none against top 5 nations, I think, and went 2-2.
Yeah.
That's not. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be impressed. No, like the Lions as an entire entity works because like their rugby side just shit.
Well, they work because I wouldn't say shit, but bad.
Well, they've underperformed in big tournaments.
I mean, Australians run Ireland's rugby system.
Yeah.
And Australia was also running Scotland's. And England only got to their second World Cup thanks to an Australian coach. And a Kiwi-born hooker.
Yeah. Like, if the reality is the Lions as a concept, if you break it down, is the idea that we can't beat you as one nation, so we'll beat you as 4.
Yeah. Well, the part of it too was coming together as a team, but also the fact that they're playing a game every 4 days. And then they just brought in those random Scottish guys.
They brought down 44 players. They didn't even have that problem.
I saw Pierre Sherman, who was on the tour.
Yeah.
He posted, and I hadn't thought about him since he played, I think, against the Reds or something.
Yeah.
Did he? He didn't even play a test.
No. Didn't play a test. It was basically a tour line.
Crazy. Yeah. Mental.
Like, there's so many tour lines that just didn't play an entire test match. I think, like, that should be part of the challenge. Like, that's part of the levels of, hey, you're bringing down 4 of the best. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with, like, New Zealand, because, like, when New Zealand go to South Africa for that big 6-week tour, they can have the same issues. They're going to do this, probably the same structure. Yet no one's going to be complaining, being like, oh, well, they played too many games. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, they're playing too many games, and then say, oh, the Wallabies didn't have enough games. Well, hang on a minute. Which one are we talking about here?
I also think it's kind of shit that they didn't play Fiji.
They should have played Fiji.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would have been a fun game to watch.
Yeah. Play it in Suva. Really get out there.
God, that would have been... No, I played in Nadi. Well, like, up in Lautoka. That would have been good.
Yeah.
Proper 95%
Yeah,
95% humidity.
The local community probably have to sell their houses to afford a ticket.
Worth it, though.
Giving out. I paid $2.90 for mine.
That's not bad. Wait, you were sitting? You're row 15, row 16.
Bro, it was still $2.90, brother.
I know, it's bad, but it's a Lions tour.
Yeah.
The Wallabies Lions overall made more money than Taylor Swift did when she was out of core.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's fucked.
Fucking shove that up your ass, Taylor.
So
How about that? Stands. Anyway, we got anything else from this South African tour?
No, nothing. Did you want to talk about the Reds Italy deal?
Yeah, well, just on rugby championship stuff.
Oh, on rugby championship stuff, yeah.
So we're playing
South Africa.
in Cape Town.
I think it's Cape Town and Johannesburg.
And then the High Veld.
Veld.
And Argentina's in New Zealand.
Correct. Oh, no.
New Zealand's in Argentina. So it'll be nice.
Because one of their rookies, Leroy Carter, nearly forgot his passport. Oh, no, his dog ate his passport. So he had to go rush and get a freshie.
Oh, Kiwi,
yeah.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious. And then week break. And then Argentina are coming here for 2 games.
Yeah.
And South Africa go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And they'll play at Eden Park.
Correct.
And people saying, oh, that might be they'll break the hoodoo. The game to break the hoodoo.
Potentially, yeah.
But I think... Did Finn say this? Or did I see it online? Maybe, I think Ella Ferguson.
Maybe, yeah.
Shout out Ella. I think she said the Wallabies will beat them at Eden Park.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that was Ella.
Yeah, which is...
Look, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it. I agree with you.
Yeah. Manifest that, baby.
Yeah. Favourite Kiwi content creator.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Finn knows what he has to say.
That's crazy. Finn's currently chilling in like Estonia or Finland, being like, what the fuck?
Why is he in Estonia?
He's travelling right now for the World Cup.
Oh, okay. Lucky him. Damn, that was quick. 6 weeks travelling wasn't enough.
No.
But yeah, and then after that, there's another week's break, and then the Bledisloe.
Yeah.
So we're in New Zealand first.
Yep.
Which is kind of shit, What about us first? And then we're playing them in Perth.
Yeah. But it'd be so much better if we do win in Eden Park, being 1-0 up, coming back to Perth. That'd be libs.
That would be legit. And then how many weeks until November from there?
I think it's a 3-week break, and then you go to Japan first.
Oh, you're
then,
playing Eddie.
Then you do spring tour. England, Ireland, France, Japan off the top of my head.
Would be Japan first, right?
England, Ireland, France, Italy. Sorry.
England, Ireland, France, Italy.
So the deal with Benetton is Josh Fluke, Richie Asiata, Louis Worsham, and John Bryant going over there and essentially immersing themselves in the pre-season at URC, along with in United Rugby Championship, along with playing a couple of games. Three of those 4 are already over there. Josh Fluke will go over, like when his Wallaby commitments are done. Basically, yeah, no, it's just a great deal. Just like
it makes so much sense.
Yeah, like for a number of reasons. One, these guys get exposed to new environment. I mean, summer and autumn in Italy sounds amazing. Different styles, but also then allows the Reds to go. So they got tour to Tonga and then Super Rugby Oz. They can just then blood 4 more players than they would have before. So then another hooker gets a chance to have a shot. You look at their nines. Like Louis Worsham goes over and does this. Tate's over with the Wallabies, and then so Kalani Thomas starts if he's not playing NBC, and then someone like James Martins, who was great in the 20s, now he gets like 4 or 5 games for the Reds, and you're like, cool, I can figure out if he's up to the level or not. Like Josh Flick goes overseas. And so you Hunter Paissaris with the Wallabies, so you're left with Dre Pacquiao starts and Frankie Goldsboro, who's like 19, already playing on the 20s, he gets to start. Like, it opens up so many different avenues for not only the guys that go over there, but for guys in Queensland to fill the roles that have been left by these other dudes.
Yeah.
It's a great deal.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure they probably get paid a bit more.
Yeah,
Because Benetton will be paying their wages a bit.
Bit of money off the books, and I think there's a trial match with Benetton for next year as well, so
That's awesome.
formalise that deal. And also, yeah, it just creates, it's a nice little bond between the liners, where you have like Louis Liner who's over there playing, Tom Liner who's with the Reds, Michael Liner who's won titles with both clubs.
Yeah.
It's just one of those deals that makes sense.
Speaking of Louis, I was watching Italy game, and Louis was playing on the wing, and the other Ione,
Yeah, Monty.
So we had two Australians playing for Italy on the wing.
To be fair, that's when Italy's
Well,
been
to
at their
Australia
best, I think,
qualified.
is when they have just enough Australian spice.
And half their team's Argentinian.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's talk about that.
no, I think it's awesome. I really think it's awesome. It's a really smart idea. They should have done it for ages. They should have done it with Japan. They should just go like, hey, Japan, we'll cut you a deal. Whatever the deal is, and you can get our players. You pay them the wages that they want. Everyone wants higher wages. But we will kind of have a deal all over it.
Yeah.
We'll give you preferential treatment or something. But you also have to release them. Like, I don't know why they haven't done this
Well,
before.
the funny thing is, the Brumbies are basically done with Exeter.
Right.
So, because Len Nicotell's going there on a sabbatical, Tom Hooper was signed, in quotation marks, with Exeter, but Joe Schmidt was basically saying, we're working on the fact that Tom Hooper's only signed a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
So it could end up just being another sabbatical. So essentially, there's like two Brumbies stars. Go earn Prem money,
Yeah.
get to do a new culture, get to tick that off, and then be available for test matches. Like that's a win-win.
Yeah. I would really wish they'd do this more.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and you can see how it works. Like Geordie Barrett going to Leinster, all of a sudden raised his stocks in Europe as one. Like we've always kind of thought of Geordie as one of the best centres that we have in the world. Now he's gone to Europe. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he is really good." It's like, yeah, no,
yeah, we
weren't,
knew that. Yeah,
we weren't kidding. Like he was a very good player.
yeah. He can play centre, fullback.
10 in a pinch. Like he's great.
Yeah,
I was more deals like this because I mean you have Angus Bell going to Ulster. I think off the top of my head, one of the Northern Irish clubs. Yeah, Ulster. Make this a thing. Make this happen more often. It's great.
yeah. And also means that one of their fellas over there isn't getting game time.
Yeah, that's
So win-win for us.
kind of, sort of. But the game's the game.
Yeah, game is game. Is there anything else to Rugby AU? When does that start?
No.
Do you want to talk about the Reds tour to Tonga?
Not for another month. I mean, I think that they go over in a couple of weeks. Just play the Tongan national side, who's getting ready for the Pacific Nations Cup, which becomes a World Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
I've seen a World Cup qualifier. It's been Zimbabwe qualified for World Cup.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was cool. They've got a sick kit. Although I realise their kit is probably based off the old Rhodesian flag.
Yeah, slightly.
But it's still sick. I mean, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's green and white hoops.
Oh, actually, no, yeah, I have seen it. Yeah.
White shorts, yeah. It's like Celtic.
Yeah. And in Prize playing for him.
Yeah. And so he hasn't had a club. So I guess he's been playing club rugby
Yeah, he's just been playing
WA.
subbies for WA and then...
And then just went over and
We'll probably
killed it for them.
plays for him at the World Cup.
So they beat Namibia, who's always been the second African team to qualify.
And then I think they had to beat... I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who they beat in the... I remember watching this game back and... Because we were bored in the office. And the number 8 for the opposition team was an absolute tank. So a Fijian dude that they brought over. And like he was basically doing it all himself. I was just looking at this man being like, if we got you in the right system, brother.
Wait, who was he playing for? Zimbabwe.
No, not Zimbabwe.
Namibia.
No, it was again great podcasting here. I can't remember the name. But you know, I'm sure everybody was watching the African Nations Cup, like all of us were, including Nick. Oh God, this is going to annoy me. I can't find this. I don't know. It might have been about Namibia. But yeah, all you need to know is like this dude was like a gun, and he was like throwing off people. I was just like, where the hell have you been? Oh, So no, this was Namibia. It was Namibia against United Arab Emirates.
Oh yeah.
Because the winner of that game went through to the final qualification tournament, and like Namibia with Richard Hardwick.
Yeah. Who does he play for now?
No idea.
Probably plays.
Amosi Ratu Vakanara playing for the UAE. Killed him.
Who played for the UAE? Was there any locals? I assume it was just all like staffers and Islanders.
It'd be a bunch of expats probably. I don't know.
And one Palm.
I don't know. I'd be just judging off names and being very racist.
Like, well, you know, not exactly. It's just demographics. It's just demographics, mate. It's just demographics of immigration flows. But you look at Hong Kong, and it seems to be all due to like sons of bankers.
Yeah, and shout out qualified as well.
Yeah, probably get pummeled, but good on them.
Hey, they've got to a World Cup. But it's cool. It's like Zimbabwe. Like that's what I like about this expanded 24 World Cup is. 2014 World Cup is like, sure they probably get smoked, but the idea of Zimbabwe, Hong Kong, like, and even like Namibia getting another chance to play a World Cup, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I wish they did the thing they did for sevens, where if you don't qualify for the main round, then you get the little playoff to get the bowl and the shield.
Just played at suburban grounds around Australia.
Yeah.
Nothing else happening around October. November,
yeah, they're already flown out here.
Yeah, and
just second them to, you know, your mum's house, whatever. Stay with my mum.
Yeah.
And knock the room at night.
Whoa.
Bedroom. Whoa. I don't know. I mean, you've got that number 8 playing for UAE, you know.
He was a gun. Put some respect in
yeah, and it's going to suck because you got South America. They got Uruguay's come so far.
Yeah.
And then you got Chile, who played pretty well, and they've got 3 qualifying spots. And I bet Brazil's probably better than.
Well, I think Brazil can get through if they. I mean, Argentina already through. Cause
yeah, Argentina are through. I think Uruguay probably already through. Then you got Chile would go through the Americas qualification.
Oh well. So you currently have got actually happening somewhat right now. In a couple of weeks' time. So Chile are through to the final. That will decide who goes through.
Mm-hmm. Who are they playing in the final?
So they've got to play the winner of Uruguay and Paraguay, and they do.
Okay.
But they do 2-leg events. So Uruguay are up 38-0. So it's going to be Uruguay.
Okay.
So the winner of that, essentially the winner of Chile and Uruguay, the winner qualifies. The runner-up will play one of the fourth, I think it's the 4th or 5th ranked side from the Pacific Nations Cup. Mm-hmm. It's like a Canada or a USA.
Yeah.
Winner of that game goes to the World Cup. And then it'd be Brazil-Paraguay in the 3rd place. And the winner of that 3rd place goes to the final qualifying tournament, which will be like Brazil, Namibia, whoever loses out of that Pacifica, South America game. So
probably.
Yeah. One of those guys. And then the winner of that goes through. So you could get Brazil in a final. It just means... the final in a World Cup. They just have to go to the long run.
They'd have to beat Namibia.
Beat Namibia and probably like a USA or Canada.
Right, okay.
So hey, we'll wait and see. We'll know by November.
We'll see. Wow. Okay, Nathan. I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
That's pretty much it. International rugby, hey?
Yeah.
Want to talk about Wallaroos?
We'll have a preview World Cup pod that comes out either next week or the week afterwards that we can go in depth.
So you kind of mentioned them in the instant reaction. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything further to say?
World Cup squad's in. Let's say basically the exact same squad as Wales. Sikapasi Palu, the skipper, and Shark Kazlik in doubt with injury, but they're hoping to be back for USA. As I said, we'll be on ground from next week. Finn will be on ground as well, so we'll probably do some pods together just to give you a bit more on the ground insight about the World Cup. And
what's Nick going to be doing?
Nick will be doing whatever I tell him.
Okay, back home.
Back home.
Yeah.
No, he'll be doing.
Doesn't get the privilege.
He'll be leading the charge for the Argentina tests. So he'll be up in Townsville and come down from Newey to Sydney for those two.
Okay. Wow, he's living the high life.
Now
he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
Might all go to his head.
Oh, it already has.
Yeah.
Let's face it. He's had too many nice words from the UK journalists that just inflates the ego.
Yeah.
So my job as boss has been trying to bring him back.
Did he hand out his book?
He didn't hand out his book.
He should have handed out.
That was, oh my god! If we should have, Nick, if you're listening, we want a response. please tweet or message us why you didn't hand out the book. That would have been so funny.
He's such a good self-promoter, and he's not even handing out his own book.
You know,
He should have just had his little table on the side of the little press conference.
just ask me with a sign.
I'm here to sign it.
Because he had the laminated press conference this way. Just had a sign. Just said,
Yeah.
"Ask me about my book."
You should replace the cover with the photo of the Wenman cry with the photo of Maro Toji wearing the earring and leaning in to hear the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost cried when I saw that.
We knew the series was done as soon as that happened.
Okay, that's all. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah.
I guess, we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Tonight's episode was brought to you by Good Rugby Distillery, uniquely Australian and proud of it. Cheers to supporting local. Visit goodredigby.com.